Hey, whatever happened to the 3D printing revolution that was going on in all these companies and stocks, guys? Well, we're going to talk about all that today because my business partner picked up a 3D printer. So let's jump right into it. Welcome back, passive income investors alike. Today, I want to talk about whatever happened to the 3D printing revolution, guys, because my business partner decided that he was going to pick up a 3D printer for his computer store to try and bring some attention to his business, and he's been printing off a BB-8, and he's going to get a gyroscope and try and make this really cool thing. And I've recently got more intrigued into 3D printing because of this, and it just reminds me of this nostalgic time somewhere around 2012, I believe, when 3D printing was like all the rave. It's all anyone was talking about. For some reason, everyone thought it was going to be in everybody's homes. And I want to talk about how things have changed. Is it a good idea to maybe invest into 3D printers? Well, let's talk about this. When 3D printing came out, guys, it was such a revolutionary idea, and people thought it was going to be this crazy thing, and it has become that, but most people don't realize it because it's so under the radar. It's had more commercial effect than it has had independent and in-home use. The industrial uses for it are absolutely absurd. I think the commercial use that people were expecting to happen with it was in-home use, printing really weird things for yourself at home. But we found out that 3D printing is not that easy. Even my business partner, in the process of trying to print his BB-8, has realized that there's just a lot of intricate things that haven't been solved for printing. He found out the base they give you isn't a good thing to print on. It screws up a lot. He found a glass base to print on does better. It's just one of these things that are really finicky. It's not you just buy it out of the box and you can print whatever you want. It's still in that realm of it takes a little tweaking, a little getting used to, which makes it really hard for the end consumer. But where it's really done well, guys, where 3D printing has really exploded, like I said, is in the industrial use, guys. I didn't realize this, but the more I've been watching random science videos, I've been finding people using 3D printing to apply to really cool things. A 3D printer is actually used on the space station, guys, because it's easier to bring up those materials and save on weight and print what you need when you're up there, and you can just pretty much print anything from tools to intricate little parts. They're even using them in computer chips, and they think they're going to have a really big revolution in the health industry, guys. You can't make these things with your hands. There's really intricate parts that could never work with metal or springs, and they're using plastics in these 3D printers to make things that are almost microscopic to make on and off switches and things just generally on chips. They're even making tools, everything from motors and engine parts and jets. I can't believe the applications they've found for 3D printing. And I find it kind of odd that a lot of these stocks have never had a comeback. A lot of big companies, I think like Hewlett-Packard, are companies that got involved with 3D printing that are still kind of rallying a bit, but these are big companies that adopted 3D printing. So if you want to get into these really volatile and new sectors in the market, guys, especially with like when you look at marijuana and a lot of other companies that are really hype right now, usually that hype will die down. But the companies that I find survived the best through all this are usually the bigger companies that adopt it, because as we can see in the stock market, guys, these specific 3D printing companies we thought were going to be massive, they exploded, and they've never actually fully recovered from that explosion that happened not even a decade ago, guys, as you can see all the charts that I'm throwing up on the screen. I am not going to buy into any 3D printing companies, but I find it such an incredible thing that not a lot of people are talking about, and the applications for it, I think, are so far beyond that we actually haven't really realized, or it hasn't come into fruition yet, the power that this is going to solve. I mean, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. I think BEME did a really good video on this last year. I suggest watching it. It's very educational, guys, because I think they might even plan on using 3D printers on Mars, because again, why would you have to send all these individual parts? You're not sure what you're going to use, what you're going to need, and sometimes you might need something you don't even know. And I mean, it'd be easier just to bring this little box of materials that you could just print whatever you might need when you need it. And if there's something that you need that hasn't even been designed yet, you can design it and print it, and it's all right there. 3D printing, I think, has the real potential to still revolutionize the world, and it is. Slowly but surely it is turning up in a lot of different things. I think on even the nuclear reactors, guys, the systems they use to basically I don't know about nuclear reactors, but I'm talking specifically about nuclear bombs, guys. They use the system. They don't tell you exactly what it is, but the companies that have been helping making the arming system for nuclear bombs have been using 3D printers to make the mechanisms that literally activate nuclear bombs. Anything that has a really high scarcity thing to it where it's like really dangerous or really sketchy. Usually they're actually using 3D printers to like make these very precise precision parts to pull the mechanics off. It's a really incredible thing in my personal opinion, and I want to know from you guys, do you own any 3D printing stocks? Did you get caught up in the hype of this? I really want to know in the comment section below, because I missed this. This was all before I was even investing. I think I was still just getting out of high school when this was really blowing up. But I really see it on a lot of YouTube channels, like Corridor Digital is one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love production companies, and I used to do a lot of filming. I used to do an online show for my magic stuff. If you're into filming, for sure, if you're trying to make masks or any kind of intricate like sword or just something in general where you just want it to be printed for a prop in a show, 3D printing is finding its own applications in there as well. This is super awesome, guys. I want you to let me know what you think about all of this, and I want you to slap a like on this if you find any of this interesting. I'm sorry I missed Monday market recap yesterday. I took a break. I was really busy over the weekend. I made a bunch of videos for you guys that you seem to really enjoy, and I'm glad there's some views and traction, and thanks to all the new subscribers, guys. I'm going to be doing an update on my portfolio very soon as well. I'm going to be breaking down my six-figure portfolio and what's going on with it, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, and what is up. But I can't say thanks enough for watching this, guys. You are super awesome, and that's why I make these videos. So stick around, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.